You ask me.
Welcome to Humanity Unboxed. Me, Michaell Cheyne, and Michaell Magrutsche from a
Right.
chilly Los Angeles this morning. I'm very happy to see you.
Me too.
Tell me what's happening in the world of Michaell Magrutsche.
Uh, what happens? Same old, same old. Looking for housing. I went on a tour, and a low income tour.
Hmm.
Um, it's all over the world. It's not only here. It's uh, you know a lot of money is missing. People don't know where the money went. Houses stay empty because they are owned by uh, companies, and they
Yeah,
write it off. If it's open, if it's full or not, and obviously they don't want to deal with people, so they
yeah.
just leave it empty. So there is no housing crisis. There is none. It's
Well, there
made.
is no crisis, really, is there? There's no
No,
lack.
no,
There's no
no lack. There's no
any of
lack. There's enough
yeah,
money.
yeah.
But
But and I'm going to bring this back because our theme in the Wisdom Seekers this month or this season, this next 3 months, is trust and
yeah,
the alchemy of trust. And I think that ties in a lot with where this conversation is going. That there's no more trust. You
yeah,
can't trust the politician. You can't trust the economy. You can't trust the bank or any
nothing
system.
system. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can only trust humans. That's the
yeah.
only with your feeling.
And
And when the
more
yeah,
humans are seeing that. I think I have to tell you, I've had 3 encounters in the past week with broken systems, of course, which I
mhm,
then took on, and 3 times in 3 different systems. So this was a broadband provider.
yeah,
What was the second one? Car insurance provider, and the third one was a gas utility provider. In all 3 of those, the human stepped out of the system, Michaell. The human listened to me and said, okay, I'm going to break procedure because there's a problem here.
Oh,
Isn't
do I
that
have to
amazing?
tell you? Now you brought me on the thing. So number one, remind me of Ollie. He just brought. He's one of us. He's
Yeah.
in England, and
Mm.
he just released a book, Trust. So he's
Okay.
an awesome guy. I love this guy. I did
Good.
a lot of
You'll have
podcasts
to
with him.
send us
Yeah.
more information to me.
And so the other thing is, since AI is so overblown, it cannot do whatever, because my doctor yesterday, because they said, oh, this is not available, they sent me the provider,
Yeah.
again, system
Yeah.
sent me a paper that I asked the social worker, I asked uh, the nurses, I
Mm.
asked the registered nurse, I asked the doctor, and nobody knew what it is. So he called, my doctor likes me so much, he literally called me in front, said, let me call him in front of me. You have no idea. What I learned yesterday, he had to wait longer than I. He has to give his ID because they think, that you say you're a doctor. So they ask him all the question AI, and
Yeah.
then the person asks him all the question. What is this number? What is your thing? What is your birth? What are the? It was unbelievable, and couldn't find. And the person then, when he got finally a person, he couldn't explain what it is.
Well,
So
exactly. And I had a similar experience
yeah,
yesterday. And what
mhm,
did the person do?
nothing. They,
No.
we, the
Huh.
person couldn't. The person couldn't override the system. So my
Mm.
doctor is saying, I will take care of this because they will find a complaint and whatever. But
Yeah.
the time is wasted for AI. I such a time stealer,
Yeah.
because it's not good enough that it can transfer that all on the computer. It can
Yeah.
do this. It can do this. It's supposed to, but it can't. And we have never, since
It's not
AI, we have
supposed
never
to.
had more glitches.
Yeah.
We've never
It's
had
not
more.
supposed to.
Everybody has computer glitches. Everybody I know.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many computer glitches than now.
Well,
And
there's always
so,
been computer glitches, but now we're trusting computers more because we are um, seeing AI as some kind of savior or something that is better than us, which it isn't. It
No,
can be a tool, but it can never outride the human.
never.
No.
No, you never, because it wouldn't be it would be inefficient. Why
Yeah.
would you create something? Why would you create something to replace you? What is the
Yeah.
point? What is the point if not one part of humans wants to take advantage of other part of let other humans work for them? And this is what we did with money. We
Mm.
make money is the greatest. You and I have talked about money. Money is the greatest thing. But what they have made out of money, they have the system has dirtied money so badly that money is debt. That everything is debt, debt, debt. The only way that I can game the system, I can create some debt, and then you owe me, and then I could interest, and the other one gets interest. It is,
But it
and
works
it,
on fear, though, don't you think?
yeah, yeah,
Because once I have debt, I have fear, and therefore I have a motivation to fulfill that debt. Therefore, I
yeah,
work harder and I pay more. Instead of, I think previous generations built up their finances or their,
yeah,
whatever savings, and then spent from there. But things have been reversed, and now we see acting in fear as the motivator.
yeah.
Yeah, which
It's
kills the human spirit, because now we're in a state of survival all the time, trying to catch up and
yeah,
never good enough, never getting there, because the debt just gets more because of the interest
yeah,
and all of those things.
yeah.
Yeah.
The debt gets more, and the thing is also the what I found out is it is the lifeblood of systems is the lifeblood of systems is money, right? It's
Yeah.
numbers, it's statistics,
Well, it's
money, numbers.
productivity, efficiency.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it is not. Yeah, but efficiency is turned into okay. I got 500 people signed up for this, and it's always the people. It's always so the system has to get money out of you in some way or other because there's nothing else that but humans to create money.
Well,
We
I think
create.
that we're using money as the measurement. We're
Yeah,
using, yeah,
and money is not spirit
no,
because you and I can have nothing, and we can meet and dance and play and have fun and get
yeah,
some eggs somewhere, eat them. I mean, I'm not saying this is. I want
yeah,
it in but we don't need money to get happy, fulfilled, enjoy. I think tell each other a joke,
yeah,
but we, you know, uh,
yeah.
it was. And it's now it's all dirty. It's and also it's the spirit now. The your spirit is your image. You know that what you play in theater,
Mm.
because this is theater too. There's like play money, right?
Yeah,
In theater,
yeah,
is how they um, construct your personality, who you are. Oh, she's rich. Uh, he, she is poor.
mm.
I mean, I see it when you go low income. It's right away low income housing is
Mm.
right away another. It's another era. It's another realm of humans. They are treated differently. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're
And there's
treated
shame
differently
in that treatment
as a
because,
failure. You
yeah,
know, as a needy failure.
mm.
Uh, I don't care. You know that,
Mm.
but I see the other people, and the people are very frightened.
Yeah,
Everybody is frightened. You know.
yeah. But do they know what they're scared of? What is it
No, no,
the no?
it's a
It's
conditioning. It's the
a
scarcity conditioning.
yeah.
It's never enough. The scarcity, the debt scarcity. This
Mm.
so it's never enough, no matter what. Debt scarcity. But once you know that, you don't have to play the game. The
Mm.
thing is only what I also see that people are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to because it's just you are one of 8 billion. Why am not you are not allowed to speak?
Mm.
You know, I'm not saying freedom of speech. I'm saying to
No,
speak what you want. I
yeah,
don't like it. I like it. I vote. I don't vote for this person. This is me. I like, I like to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I like to get out at 12 o'clock at lunch.
Mm.
People are afraid to express themselves because we have pushed humanity so down over generations. This is not now. Oh, that's the Republicans are there. No. This is over generation pushed down, where basically it's one person. You know, some humans work for the few rich people or top people or famous people. It's a few people, but you know, get the thing, and they're not happy. So nobody's happy. The fun thing is, not a single person is happy, because
well, I'm pretty happy, even though I'm not don't have everything I have.
I'm saying I'm generalizing, which I shouldn't do, but
yeah,
you're absolutely right. You know,
well, at
I'm very
moment
happy
though,
too. You
because
know me, I'm happy.
yeah,
Look at my situation. I'm happy.
but we're not happy all the time. So we have there are ups and downs, and you know, like real people, things worry us, and it's, you know, but in essence, the people around us we can connect with, and I think that's what creates happiness for me, is when I can find connection around me with whoever, and that isn't always on the screen or in an AI, you know.
No, that's never there.
Phoning this car, phoning these systems and having to go through 500 million questions and then getting to the end, and the person that you finally get to is the wrong person, or, you know, doesn't know how to help you, or, you know, and then you feel like you've failed again because you've wasted all this time and energy in something that
you adapted to. It wasn't natural. It's not, hey Michelle, hi, nice Michaell, let's talk. It was like the journey was horrible, and it's all about the journey. We know it's about the journey, and the journey, when the journey is not, you know, the end is it's not about the end anyway.
No, it's never about the destination, because the destination, and I was thinking about this a lot, because Neptune is moving into Aries at the moment, and this is kind of a 12.5-year cycle, and I was thinking about cycles and patterns and things like this, and how each cycle we go through, we are there for the lessons. You know, we get to the end, or, you know, we apply for the thing. Like, I've just put my citizenship application in, and this has been my dream for the past 10 years to get to this point. But it's just a step. It's not the end. It's not a destination. It's just a step in, okay, now I've got something that gives me more choice. And for me, that is the important part of the journey. If I can create more and more space, and space for choice, and not freedom, because I don't think freedom is a thing, but choice, you know, how I live, how I die.
Experience. It's always the experience. And when the experience is tainted, when the human experience, look, we created AI, we created systems, but when the system dictate our path, and they make it uncomfortable, our path, to get what we need. I'm not talking about what we want, what we need. And it makes it very hard to get what you want, like housing, money, healthcare, what the essential needs. It can't be a business. It can't be. I'm sorry, Medicare, all this stuff cannot be a business. It is a human need. We built the systems to serve us when we are in need. Not all the time. This is what people misunderstand. They think, oh, I need to be a politician. I need to live from the system. I need to make a lot of money, because otherwise, no, that's not what it says. A system is here to serve the people in need, so that people can live their life.
But to have a guide, to have a structure for people to serve each other. So and it's all interconnected, because, I mean, we can't have healthcare if we don't live healthy enough, if our food isn't what we need as an individual, you know, if we don't move, if we don't have choice in how we live and express ourselves. And in essence, it comes back to know thyself. What do
Yeah.
I need physically? I mean, all these things are structures that we've created over the past few hundred years.
Yeah.
I mean, healthcare,
All businesses.
housing. We used to be able to look after
Yeah.
ourselves. We used to be able to create our own shelter and find our own food and live in cycles. You know how irritated I was this week with this time
Oh, it's
changes.
the worst.
Now your my system has to adapt
It
now
wouldn't. It wouldn't.
to.
It wouldn't. It's funny. But if you didn't have to do system work, like getting your kids to school, do you understand?
But why? Even if I have system work, even if my kids have to go to school, the system should be built around my kids.
Yeah,
So in winter, their school can start
exactly.
later
I
because
agree.
we have late light. So in summer, the school can start
Yeah,
earlier. Why does the human have to be the one that
always.
adapts and the
Because the
system,
systems
the
make money
structure?
from
This,
humans.
this,
The old system can
but it disrupts our whole cycle,
even.
our whole
That's why I say we
cyclical.
cannot submit to systems. We need to dance with systems, and systems have to update and be living systems. We can't. We
But that will only happen if we can speak up, though, as
Yeah,
you said
and they
earlier.
won't let you speak
We
up.
need
You
to
know that.
start saying, but you can't. So all three of these times this week that
Yeah,
the human have
yeah,
stepped in has been because I've
yeah,
spoken up, because I've
yeah.
said this is not how it should be. Do you under? I spoke to the person, and the person for the first time ever heard me and said, "No, you're right. This isn't how it should be. Let's change things.
In this,
Let's
I
fix
believe in
it."
this. I believe in that we waken up and pivot to human centricity versus uh, allowing the priority to be system relevant. That systems have to decide over war, people, homes, everything. Like the systems, just more powerful than anything else. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And it's very sad that we only seeing this now. And I have hope that there are more and more humans in these systems that are seeing the um, I can't think of the English word now. The failure of the system, the lack within the system. That sometimes we need to step outside of the process to be able to hold on to the customer, to provide that customer service, which is going to bring me more money, or the retention of the customer is going to be better, um, if I can see the person instead of following the systemic
Rory
rules.
talks a lot. Rory is, Rory Sutherland. I always send you. He talks
Yeah,
a lot about the human creating marketing and whatever from the human aspect versus a system reversed. You know, because yesterday he said it's all about brands. It's not about the what the function is of the company.
yeah,
and and
yeah,
and so this is but let's go really back. Okay, let's go into the zoom out awareness mega mode. So we
yeah,
know this is all from scarcity, and that's all from it's never enough no matter what, or I have to cut costs, which makes me castrate the initial business that I created with fun and pleasure. Yeah.
yeah,
So we had that forever. I mean, humans had that forever, that the top took advantage and let the other ones go to war, let the other ones do the work, plow the fields, whatever. And so I think perhaps this is, we have to go through this to release our, because we always say limitless humans, but I think
yeah,
uh, I, I'm going now spiritual, right? Okay. I'm really, so what is, So what is if the spirit comes into the body, and because the spirit
mm,
is limitless in the spirit world, right? There's nothing to doesn't
yeah.
have to achieve something, doesn't have no money, there's no money there. And I think
No,
as a side effect, this is coming in, like so as a side effect, we because we're limitless, right? And we want to have that physical incarnation to experience physicalness. And there's many people or souls that want to do that, but they're not yet there. So this is actually the masterclass of spiritual. But I think when we enter this realm of physicalness, that we all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm limited, because it's so heavy. It's so, the physicalness, the time, time, number one, and then time and space, and it's so heavy, and time is an illusion. So I apologize if that's too far, but I have to get that out. So
I agree.
It's time is an illusion, and everything happens at the same time. And in order to experience that, you have to go slice by slice, year by year, age, next to this, slice and slice. And that is struggle, that is hardship, that is because it's not natural. It's not natural to us in the spiritual world. It's natural on the physical world, but not in the spiritual world. Because this is a dream, this is the illusion, this is not reality. But we wanted it because I wanted to know you. I wanted to dance with you. I wanted to have a podcast with you, and or whatever. We wanted to experience that because we have no feedback in the spirit world.
Yeah, and we might be doing this on different levels. We might be
endless.
Yeah, not levels. You know what I mean? Different slices.
Levels.
We could call it in different times, in different lives, in different universes, even. But all of these culminate in what we are experiencing as a spirit,
and all at the same time.
Spiritual.
You and me might be somewhere in 1893 doing something. I'm your son, you're my daughter, or whatever.
Yeah.
So this is all at the same time, which you can't even comprehend. It's just too much to from this point where we are to comprehend. But we're inching ourselves forward with awareness, and that's why Humanity Unboxed is important. Yeah.
Exactly, and I think this for me is the separation point in a lot of consciousness, that some people want
100%,
to explore
100%,
these concepts
100%.
And unbox these possibilities, because it's all possibilities. As we always say, we know nothing, but we can explore through awareness what might be, and maybe trust our intuition in some places and go, I feel this is a stronger possibility, and I want to explore more of it, or I want to look further into this, or feel further into it.
And what is interesting is two things. Okay, I cannot forget that. Hold on. The curiosity, and I think what's happening now is it might. I'm not saying it is. I know nothing. We both are not experts. We know nothing. But I think what's actually happening is the human-centric people are pivoting to human centricity, the system relevant to system relevance, and the reality will be, according to my feeling, human centricity will find thing and will integrate the systems and everything, and the system relevant will have AI, robots, all space stuff and whatever. I think that, and right now we see it, and sooner or later we won't see it anymore and not be aware. And I know this since I'm a child. There's people, when you are at a certain level, that you can see, they don't see you, but you see them. And then you don't see them at all. It's just a cut realm. And then the curiosity is, what hell does this actually segregation, which I'm not saying is bad or good. I'm saying that's one thing we collectively created. This segregation comes because when you are used when humans are not I think this might actually be a exploration into
Mm.
system relevance, humans in system relevance, when they created something that is above them, when they make AI bigger, when they make these, not other humans, when they make their creations bigger, they want to experience that. I would never want to experience that ever. I would never want to create a statue and talk to the statue as an artist. A painting and talk to the painting. Tell me, what should I do? Yeah. So the curiosity, one thing to segregate that is money. The other thing is, because it's never enough, no matter what, which human-centric, that when you ever think about it, we do a beauty shop, right? Or something, we get loving it, beauty shop, we build it up, we can't scale anymore, and then we have to cut costs, and we have worse people that work, less people, less shittier products, all this stuff.
But that only happens if we buy into the competition narrative.
Because
but there's another option. So
collaboration.
You could
there's collaborative. Create a species. That's the human centricity. Creative. Collaborative, create a species. No, collaborative, create a species of nature. And this is going to be the one, and the other one will be system relevant. And I think we might have really gotten where it's going to segregate in system relevance, and I think
and yet in the middle there is that balance spot. I usually see it as a feminine and masculine dance, where in human centricity we find a balance with our own feminine and masculine aspects, where masculine is that competition and that productivity and that structure and that the system relevance. But if we don't bring in the feminine, which is the human centricity, and the nurturing, the collaboration and the cooperation, then we'll always be askew somehow. So it is all about the dance,
balance,
and integrating the two sides.
It's balance. Balance is superpower. Superpower is balance. Never power over or power under. It's a superpower. And I think the curiosity is that when you put people into, this is human-centric. Curiosity is human-centric. But when you put it in the system relevance, there's no curiosity. There's survival. The whole thing goes.
Well, there's no gain. There's no gain in curiosity because there's no competition. Because I can't tell. I have to know what's better in a system relevant world. Where if I'm curious, then I'm saying that I'm not the expert and that there might be other options available, which isn't. It isn't. Very capitalist. It's not going to make me money.
And what we're going to do with money. See, this is the as a matter of fact, in system relevance, the human gets less and less valuable, right? And the technology and what the technology makes out of itself, it's a very interesting thing, but I don't want to live it out. This is not something I want to live out.
No, because it will self-destruct. Because
which we said, right? And it's not enough anymore, then you have to cut costs, and then you literally destroy what you created, passionately created, whatever. Your monkey house or whatever.
Exactly. Well, a life. That's why so many people lose someone, or something goes wrong and everything falls flat. There's suddenly no or they get what they think they wanted and they realize it isn't what they thought it would be, which also makes it fall flat.
The funny thing I don't understand with system relevance is that because money counts, right? You are more when the money comes. I don't know that people don't understand that when they do wars, when they poison people, when they do stuff, what we went through in recently, when they do all this stuff, that these people that are leaving the physicalness somebody has to take care of that. It's like we just have more work to do when these people go away. Those would be puzzle pieces that are very important for the whole. And because one-on-one, they don't see the one-on-one, they see the group. And they say, I can be exchangeable in being a woman. I can be exchangeable in being a male in America. I can be exchangeable, and nobody can be exchanged.
But there's no accountability. There's no identity in that, because I am not a woman. I'm not just a woman. I'm all these other things also, and I might not.
You just have the dress on of a woman. That's it. You like
But what does that mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like one is a zebra, one is an elephant. Who cares? It's a living being.
Yeah. But that's just the physical. What's the word? Physical form of things. That doesn't mean that all the other bits are included in that, because all women are different, or all men are different, or that's not your identity point. And I think that's where the confusion has come in a lot of times, as to who are you, not what do you do or what do you look like, but who are you?
It's crazy. It's literally. I think we don't even see the limitlessness of humans, and you and I.
No, we can't.
But I think you and I even see each other's limitlessness not enough. We know we are very human-centric, blah blah blah. But if you come tomorrow with an invention of whatever, I wouldn't know. Or if I would do something that. I mean, we surprise each other all the time, right? And it just happens. I think one-on-one is the thing, and human centricity. I mean, this is what I believe. Everybody can believe what they want to, but this makes my life happy and enjoy and rewarding.
Yeah, and gives us connection, doesn't it? Because in that theory, which is also just a idea, it's a system in its own. Which has to be flexible in how we see it. Otherwise, we lose the curiosity, because we put too much structure into it.
And it is not codependent. We are codependent from being human. We are all interconnected, but that's different from codependent.
Yeah, that's kind of a trust situation where we are in symbiosis with each other, but also with our environment, which includes other, the plants and the animals and the earth, the actual microbes and the things in the earth. And so it's a symbiosis, really, which is an interesting concept that, well, not the interesting concept, like it's something new. It's just in this whole trust conversation that I think we'll be dragging out a little bit. And, I'm bringing in the elements. So there's a fire element for me in the next 3 months, which I'll be exploring with trust. So how do we how do we awaken this fire and express it in a human-centric way, so that we can continue and nurture these trust relationships with each other, looking at the chakras, the solar plexus, which is just below your
belly button,
rib, kind of in there. It's where your intuition sits for me. Like, how do we trust that? How do we listen to that?
That's on Wisdom Seeker, right? That's on the Wisdom Seeker.
Yeah, that's all Wisdom Seekers at the moment.
There.
So
I'm come by. I look at it. And also, I sent you my work on trust. I did some work on trust.
Yeah.
So that you can
use it. Trust really is magic, because in trusting, firstly ourselves, though, because it starts with knowing ourselves and trusting that intuitive voice, so that we can say, hang on a minute, this isn't right for me. And I love what you said earlier about sometimes you have people and they kind of drop off your world, because they no longer fulfill that
they
space.
They either grew out of you, or you grew out of them.
That's it.
But that's natural. That's not oh my God, I hate that I don't, No, this is just what it is. It is what it is. Life is.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, Michael. And I will speak to you again tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. Probably tomorrow on
Yeah.
chat somewhere. But we will chat again next week. More about trust and fire and the solar plexus and all of those things that
Thank you
connect
for
us.
all the listeners that actually went through this, because we went hard and deep today. Usually
Yeah,
not that hard and deep,
we
more
did.
fun, but this was hard and deep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
very
Thank
positive.
you.
There's nothing negative in this. It just is.